Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer, and their lion cub Singkeo-Singkham are the center of the ceremonies of Lao New Year in Luang Prabang. Lao people believe that Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are the representatives of ancestors' ghosts, who are meritorious for Lao people and also the protector god of Lao people, as well as the protectors of Prabang Buddha image and Buddhism. Foreign visitors might wonder what the creatures represent and why they are so important. Big red faces, big noses, big mouths with big white teeth and hairy bodies. The creatures of the street processions are one highlight of Lao New Year in Luang Prabang. These hairy creatures are called Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer, and represents the legendary ancestors of the Lao people. Pou and Nyer in Lao language means grandpa and grandma. So Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer are the legendary ancestors of Lao people. Based on the legends, at the beginning of time, a huge vine obscured the earth so people could not grow rice and vegetables, and men and animals were facing certain death. The king asked his officials to try and find someone to cut the vines down, but nobody was able to manage it. Then one day, an old couple named Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer came to the king to volunteer to cut the vine. Knowing they could inevitably be crushed to death by the falling vine, the old couple requested that following generations remember them. The old couple went to the pond where the huge vine was growing and worked day and night for 3 months and 3 days, till finally the huge vine fell down, crushing the couple to death. The king and all of Lao people were sad and organized a big funeral for the couple based on tradition. The king proclaimed that whatever Lao people do, they should call to the ancestors named Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer, who devoted their lives for us. That is the reason why in Luang Prabang, before people do anything, they would invite the ancestors to join by saying, "Ma Yer, come Yer, eat Yer." Besides Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, there is also Singkeo-Singkham, who are the animals in the legend, who are so powerful and strong. Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer took them from Hin Mapan forest and adopted them as children.
มาแล้วว่าเพิ่นสิได้สละชีวิตเพิ่นไปแล้วว่าให้จดจำชื่อมันไว้ว่าไปเยอะเมื่อเยอะแล้วเพิ่นจึงว่าข้านเรียกมาว่าแม่นPou Nyer Nyar Nyerสองเฮามาเข้าใจกันมาร่วมแห่งกันสร้างสาพัฒนาสองใจเฮาสิต้มคงมันเอามาฮักกันตลอดไป
The masks of Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, which are kept in chests in Hall Thevada Luang, or sanctuary of the great divinities at Wat Aham near Wat Visun, are invited out of their boxes to join the Pimai celebrations.
ทุกๆปีนี่แม่นจะแม่นปีนึงจะได้อัญเชิญเพิ่นออกมาเทื่อนึงเนาะการอัญเชิญเพิ่นออกมานี่ก็มีวันผู้ซ่องอันผักเข้า4ผาพระว่าน4ผากับไก่4ตัว
Each mask is worn by a young man, while that of Singkeo-Singkham, the lion cub, needs 2 men. The ancestors and their lion cub perform several duties during the Pimai celebrations. First, they must go and fetch water at a spring on the banks of the Namkhan River.
วันที่14นี่จะแม่นต้นแรกนี่จะได้ไปเอาน้ำเทียมมาไว้พดส่งบางเนาะแล้วเป็นวันที่15ขึ้นมานี่จะแม่นเพิ่นแห่บอจากวัดทัดไปห้านเสียงทอง
That water brought in procession in small earthen jars will be poured by Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer over the Prabang, the sacred Buddha image, on the second day of the festival. The ancestors' mass participate in two separate processions.
ได้อัญเชิญให้เพิ่นลิ้นอยู่วัดทาน้อยเพราะว่าให้ประชาชนเบิ่งตื้มมื้อนั้น
When the first procession starting from Wat That Noi arrives at Wat Singtong, the mass would dance there for the prosperity of the nation. And when the second procession starting from Wat Singtong arrives at Wat That Noi, the ancestors would dance again for the prosperity of the Lao people.
จะได้อัญเชิญเพิ่นที่ได้ไปเอาน้ำคกพระบางหันไว้ไปพดส้มพระบางได้อัญเชิญเพิ่นไปพดพระบาง
On the second day of the festival, the Pabang Buddha image is taken in solemn procession from the Pabang house at Wat Mai Suvarnapum Aram. When the statue is installed at Wat Mai, Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, the legendary ancestors of the Lao people, pour sacred water on it, followed by dignitaries and other people. Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer take the water from the Namkhan, where it is believed one of the 15 Nagas called Kamla resided, the Nagas being the protectors of Luang Prabang. That means Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are also the representatives of the Nagas to pour the water on the Prabang. This shows the respectfulness of Luang Prabang people to the Nagas and also the river.
เพิ่นเอิ้นมาตะกี้ข้านกันมาตะกี้ว่าแม่นปูสังกะซ่าญาสังกะซี่เนาะแล้วแถวบ้านเฮานี่จะแม่นเอิ้นคืนขึ้นมาแม่นว่าปูเหยอญาเหยอและSingkeo-Singkham.
Lao people also believe that Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are the representatives of ancestors' ghosts who are meritorious for Lao people and also the protector god of Lao people as well as the protectors of Pabang Buddha image and Buddhism. Lao New Year is a special occasion when family and friends gather together to strengthen their relationships and have fun. Temples throughout Laos will perform Buddhist rites, bringing out Buddha images to be washed by the faithful so that they can purify themselves in doing so.
อย่าอวยพรใส่ให้อยู่สุขสบายคงเหือ